All right. Well, the problem is this is a private area. These are private streets. These are not city maintained streets. If you were to go out there on Riverstone, that's another thing to avoid the situation here. But these are not city maintained streets. These are private streets. This is Riverstone development.
Right. But the one problem that makes it different is they invite the public here. This is Main Street. This is commercial shops where they invite the public. And here we are.
But this is a private area.
We still got an invitation.
It's deceitful.
Hear me out. It's privately maintained. It's a private development. Therefore, if they do not want you here, you cannot be here. They can revoke their invitation.
Okay. Is that anyone in this? Let's say, okay, they have a business here, okay, because they've made it clear, and that's one problem we have, them being a corporation, Inc. The church is not a business. But let me make my point. Yeah. If one business here can't discriminate against those that would come to other businesses. If I want to, I can't be banned by Groovy Berries by coming this far past their place because I want to go maybe to Azteca for lunch. You know what I'm saying?
This is a private development though. So Riverstone Corporation, if I were to contact them and they were to say that you needed to go, then you would need to go.
They would be the ones, if they even have authority to do that, because they opened it to the public. But that's where I'm getting at. Yeah, it would have to be.
The reason we're saying
this, file a complaint.
We're not trying to be disruptive. All it is we went to it was a public forum that they allowed, and they were charging money to get in. Therefore, they could kick us out. But because they weren't, and it was public access and free, that we were able to be allowed because they weren't charging.
Where was it at?
That was in Dallas.
Was it on city streets? I told you, you can head down there.
Yeah.
You can head down there.
What they said was,
as long as you don't disturb anybody in that hotel. Like I said, if you come out here and somebody comes out and calls in and says they're disturbing my peace because they're yelling, because they're too loud, I'm trying to be in my hotel room, I'm trying to sleep, I'm trying to watch TV, I'm trying to enjoy my vacation here because they're in a hotel, and you're disturbing that vacation, that's disturbing their peace.
So I'm just going to ask you one more time, there's no amplification in this town?
No amplification, unless you get a permit. You will have to go to City Hall to get a permit.
And where does this happen? Because we've been out here for 4 or 5 years with our big megaphone. We never had an issue with a police officer. Did they just change it?
No, no amplified sound. And as far as the other ordinance, that's been for years as well. It does not have to be a decibel meter. It does not have to be within 50 feet or anything like that. That's a common misconception. There is no time limit either. Middle of the day, you can disturb somebody's peace.
Now I got a question about disturbing the peace.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
A question about disturbing the peace.
So we're.
Is it not that disturbing the peace is classified as a breach of peace? Is that not correct legally?
Anything that disturbs their peace. If somebody were to come up to your front yard and start yelling in your front yard while you're trying to sleep, it would disturb your peace, would it not?
Okay.
That's a question, would it not?
It is not legally. It is not a breach of peace. That's what I studied law, okay, and disturbing the peace is a breach of peace. And so if I am attempting to communicate, the courts have made it clear, if I am attempting to communicate, it is not a breach of peace. If someone, like a homosexual, I'm preaching against a gay parade, which I have a right to do, they don't like it, but if I have a homosexual going around me and blowing their whistle in my ear, they're harassing me, that's a breach of peace. I am not, they're not trying to communicate anything to me.
I'm not saying that's not disturbing peace.
And if I exceed the noise level and, preaching out loud, I could preach out loud with my voice. I'm trying to communicate and preach the gospel. It's protected. As long as I do not, you know, abuse that by exceeding.
And that's what you're doing, is you're abusing it.
Okay, you'd say it with amplification. Unless we got a permit to do it, then we wouldn't.
Right.
Okay. So if we had a permit, yeah, and someone didn't like it, it would still be okay?
You had a permit, then it would be okay.
Then we could disturb, we could bother people. We could bother people if we got a permit
because
from
the city requires you to do certain things. If you have a permit, they require you to have certain places. In fact, you have certain places you can go. They can control where that is being done.
Okay.
It's not in somebody's backyard. It's not in somebody's balcony.
There's people that lived above Iron Man. Okay, right there are those condos. Okay, and if any of them didn't like the noise of all the music being played,
Iron Man had a permit.
And Iron Man has a permit.
So well, that's what we're asking. We just want to be clear. Because
Iron Man has a permit.
Because right now,
for the last 10, 12 years.
we're not. I know you guys got more important things. But right now, why couldn't I say you guys are disturbing my peace? I'm offended.
Yeah, you don't understand.
I don't think. Trying to say that.
I just want to.
Offending and disturbing the peace.
I just want. I want to encourage you.
guys aren't.
Go back,
aren't
watch the
letting us
video
sink
again,
in.
and listen to what we've said.
Okay.
Because you're not listening to anything that we've said.
Well, I think I have. Just let me say, you're saying because we're loud, we're disturbing the peace.
Yes.
What makes someone say every time that we're preaching something, it's too loud and shut us down? Our freedom of speech would be canceled. If someone's unhappy, they can lie.
I don't want to hear it.
You're a police officer, you know people lie.
If you can stand here on the corner and you can quietly talk to people as they walk up,
Okay.
and you can engage them in
stand here with your
conversation,
signs all day
and
long,
you
we don't
can hold a sign quietly.
We'll have your
Okay.
city attorney counsel you on the law.
Well, I appreciate
Because
it.
you need
We're getting
counseling
there.
concerning what a breach of peace is.
We do this all around the
Okay?
nation.
Thank you so much. In
We'll
fact, here's my
contact-
business card.
All right.
You can tell
Very
which
good.
city attorney how to tell me how to do my job, because I'm
Love
glad you can tell me how to do my job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a citizen, and you serve the citizens, and you're a servant. So
Yes.
I
And
should tell
am-
you.
And I'm serving the citizens that are up on the balcony.
you're a servant.
And I'm serving
Not the
citizens
master.
that are on their balcony over here that are having their peace disturbed.
That's good. I can
Okay?
tell you.
So at this point, when I'm dealing with you, I've been very generous in letting you go ahead with this conversation as long as it has been,
Thank you.
rather than citing you for disturbing the peace. So I'm still serving you by not charging you with a violation of the law.
You have to have a witness if someone. That was,
This gentleman I can go back and find, I'm sure.
he'd have to press charges.
Yes,
Okay. He'd have to identify me and press charges and go to trial.
which is gladly done because you have video, we have video. Okay?
We don't want.
It's just the only thing I'm worried about is someone. Hold on. Someone can shut us down anytime, anywhere. Yes, because if they're not liking what we're
That's
saying,
what I'm telling you. If you were to stand here quietly with your signs,
I know, but
and you were to engage people in
we
conversation,
don't. Freedom of
as they walk
speech.
through-
I have a right to be heard. The Constitution says that.
Okay. Here's my supervisor. If you would like to tell him how my job is
Yeah.
and how to do my job, you can speak with him as
It's
well.
not how you're doing your job. It's just the law. We have a right to be heard. That's the Constitution.
You do. By
But you're telling us that.
these people that rode by on their bike.
But you're
if
telling
you
us
were
to do it
say-
quietly.
If you were to say,
Yeah.
good morning, folks, how's your day going today? Hey, look, here's a message that I want to give to you. Okay? Or if people are parking their cars.